good on Nuke as well. At least the pre-new dat, which is now
Flip side.
God damn it!
Holy potatoes.
There's like 100 different orgs that these teams are jumping between. Anyway, we're jumping into the pistol round between these two teams. Copenhagen Wolves on CT, GPlay from Bulgaria. The team really showing up from Bulgaria, which is awesome. Going to be on the T side here on Nuke map 2. Match point.
I think Victor would have seen this CT on top of Mac, as it used to be known in previous iterations of CS.
I'm just going to call it main, like everyone else.
That's not main. That's warehouse.
I mean garage.
Yeah.
Garage.
Garage. House and garage. Okay,
right.
so no frags for either team yet. Looks like the T's are setting up for an epic T push. A push, sorry. Dreamer taking down MSO. S12 getting the first frag, but the advantage is in favor of GPlay now. SMF trying to come in from ramp. Going to shoot bubble in the side of the chest. That flash is not going to get the job done there, as it's going to leave 100 and freeze the last two. And they're going to get the cleanup. They are going to get the cleanup.
Wait, is there a ramp behind him there that he slid down? Because there, did he slide down on the bomb site?
I am not entirely sure.
I think he did because he had 12 health and he just dropped from that distance. He should have died, so he must have slid on that. And I didn't know you could do that.
Death from above.
Or maybe I'm just seeing things again, like on Mirage when we saw the guy's feet underneath the box. I don't know what's happening, but either way, Copenhagen Wolves going to take the pistol. That's obviously going to put them in great economic stead to move forwards in these rounds. And this is where GPlay are really going to start to get tested, as they're going to have to show some nice executes. But obviously getting the bomb down means that they're going to have enough money for a buy on the following rounds, assuming that they save now, which is what is going to happen. That means they're going to catch Copenhagen Wolves on just a bunch of pharmacies in the following rounds. So this could be really nice for GPlay, as in this round coming up now, they're going to have a really big advantage on the weapons, because look at this, 3 pharmacies. MSO has to basically buy a pharmacy or a mag or something, depending on which position he's playing.
I love me some Mag 7.
So
Mag 7s are glorious. Mag 7s are delicious.
Mag 7s for life.
You see, JW will primarily play a Mag 7 on Squeaky if he feels like it.
You can actually use the Mag 7 legit in many ways in this map. I actually like to do that sometimes. But anyway, let's hold that thought for now, as we are going to see GPlay going in with a bit of an execute outside, just throwing the wall of smokes to cut off vision. And here they come.
This is an interesting angle from Free, so I'm wondering if anybody else is actually holding outside. I think there's Hunden on the catwalk. Indeed it is. So they've pretty much got the whole of outside cover, and that's really, really nice. So Hunden's behind is covered by the crossfire from the ramps near the tires. Ramps, sorry, from the Mac area.
The other thing about Hunden's position there is because he can spot over the smokes, you can see that the smokes are put down and they didn't go behind them. The entire point is that the CTs aren't able to know what's happening behind the smokes, but Hunden did know. So now they know that lobby is most likely where these Ts should be, and now they're going to burst into ramp, but already Copenhagen Wolves, they would have understood that this is what's going to happen, and they have some good positions now, not losing anybody, falling back into better defensive positions on the lower bomb site. Cillian with their frag outside, that's going to lock down NKL, who was lurking, and now it's up to this clump of T players to move down to the lower site, but the odds are really against them here, as Copenhagen also have some good positions to come in for the defense here.
They need to get control of long, but first they need to clear the site, because there are players in very sneaky positions. Flank coming in as well from Hunden. Doesn't get the frag though, trying to fly around and get the death, but not going to happen. Cillian, he's still in control of long. All important there, and you can see how powerful that position is. Dreamer versus 3 now, with 13 seconds left on the clock. Not much you can do in that situation, and the push onto B is not going to happen. They didn't really manage to clear out any of the positions on the site there once they got to the bottom of the ramp.
Yeah, this is the really big danger when you have. Okay, it's really hard on this overview to actually like draw stuff, but basically the long area, which is basically up here, it's hard to visualize. But long area, if you're not in control of that, it's really difficult to actually get the bomb down and be safe. And if the CTs have it, they can really create a very strong retake from there. And you can see that that's what they put into this position where they could never take long there. And now, because they're playing Copenhagen Wolves' game, Copenhagen Wolves just funneling them into the positions they want. The Danes are getting all the best engagements. And now forced to another eco here, GPlay, so they can get a better buy going. It's going quite well so far for Copenhagen Wolves. They've only lost 1 player, so that's limited economic damage done by GPlay.
Look at that. That was glorious. That was almost synchronized bullets in the face.
Absolutely.
Can't think of any better phrase than that.
And the money now is starting to really roll in to the bank of Copenhagen Wolves. So starting to get really comfortable here. And GPlay on with another buy. Would like to see I want to see something fast or some kind of a set play on the upper site right now from them, just to test Copenhagen Wolves there. See how they handle it. Might well be going for that. They do have players in position, perhaps a bit of a delayed upper take, potentially. Finally, they're looking for some very tight angles up there from Silo at the top.
Just worth noting, Bubble's position here. If CTs were to try and push the door, if they don't specifically check that corner, he will be completely unseen there. So, looks like Dreamer's going to throw that nade to blow off Squeaky. May see some flashes coming in as well. That smoke going to be from main, so he won't get shot from outside. And indeed, they're going to push, go down the vents as well. There is a CT on the hut, but he's going to get flashed and is not going to get any kills whatsoever. Spiley, they're trying to get the frag on the rotation there. Victor with the flank on from the vents as well. Going really well for GPlay so far. MSL on the site getting a frag there. Hunden unable to keep control of ramp. So 4 versus 2 here. SMF just watching his back on the ramp area while MSL is taking some action on the site itself. No support from his teammates. Going to have to try and go for his frag on his own. Going to get shot through the door, unfortunately. So SMF versus 4 takes down 1. Bubble 30 HP. Dreamer 11. But SMF has no choice but to retreat.
So this is a really nice upper push there by GPlay, waiting out the initial grenades. And if a team can actually do that, then that's actually kind of scary, because what they were able to do is allow Copenhagen Wolves to move into the positions they wanted to defend the upper site and to defend Rampant outside. And then they still broke it with their push because of the way they executed the team play, the way they team flashed for one another, and the way the smokes went down. Able to cause the kind of chaos that is going to be quite easy for them to repeat in future rounds. So Copenhagen Wolves have to either mix up their defense here or start being a little bit more proactive to stop these plays here.
Oh, here we go again. Could be a fake though. Let's have a look and see if they actually go for a push.
Ooh, that was a double actually. Double tag there with the AWP on the 2 players. Spy Leader and Victor very wounded, but all this smokes and nades going in is going to actually mean that the rotation happens towards ramps. They get ramp for free at the moment. However, Copenhagen Wolves are letting them have ramp. They are aware of their position. Look at how they're guarding every single position that these Bulgarian players could eventually go to, and they have nice crossfires on them. They've got the smokes covering them. Once again, GPlay, if they are forced to go low and they can't take long because Copenhagen Wolves are already there, this could spell doom for GPlay. So we'll have to see if they're able to actually burst through it regardless.
This hold from Copenhagen Wolves is looking pretty damn tight at the moment. Not much space for the Bulgarian team to move. Let's have a look at how these smokes and flashes are going to engage a potential push here on the B side, or if it's indeed another fake, and another fake it may be. Victor going to lead the proceedings onto the A side, gets a massive frag on MSL as well. Dreamer takes on Hunden, and Spy Leader Asilian Freeze is the only one who can do something here. That frag is going to make things a little bit easier, but this is not going to be easy on the whole, as it's going to be 2 CTs versus 3 post-plant terrorists.
That was so well done, but SMF might be able to actually figure something out here as he is looking for the push. Freeze is covering him from the hut area. Gets the kill onto Dreamer. He's going to be able to go for the defuse now. Great cover there from Freeze. That's another one picked up. Comes off the bomb, does FMF, to get the AK. And there it is, gets the frag, the trade coming in onto NKL. And I don't think he has enough time. He's going to try to leg it here, but there you go. The bomb's going to go off. And another round for GPlay. SMF might just be able to pick up the AWP in time. Nope, not quite, but again, that's such a cool execution from them. That shows you also how the individual skill can come out, because they knew, I think, the position they're in. A lot of teams would actually say, you know what, let's just push ramp. Let's just push down and just go for the lower site, even though it's like terrible for them because they don't have any position on long or the vents. But there they're like, okay, you know what, we've got like 1 or 2 players in lobby. Let's just try to hit upper because they've rotated already. So really well done on the execution there. That's 4-2. And again, if you are a newer player to Counter-Strike, then this is incredibly CT-sided, this map. If you pick up 3 to 5 rounds, you're happy. They've already done 2 so far in 7. So this is a good effort from them.
Okay, so 2 out of 6 rounds so far. And we've got the jumble sale buy coming out for the CTs. They've been down to Sunday Market and stolen a van, taken whatever was in the back, and made a buy out of it. So, bit of a MacGyver buy here. Twigs, elastic bands here for the CT side. See what they can do with them. Not even a Mag 7 on Hunden, just a P250 and no helmet. Push coming into the ramp now. Bit of damage done on Victor, quite a lot in fact. He's down to 6 HP, but he's been rolling a few rounds in a row with not much health and doing fantastic work later on for his T side. Let's have a look at how this CT hold is shaping up. You've got SMF trying to defend things here on the B bomb site. Meanwhile, you've got Hunden, Freeze towards the A site. MSL going to join him as they try to figure out exactly where this push is going to come. Isilion has been smoked off in a long area. That has been a thorn in the side of GPlay in previous rounds, but he will be denied his vision for a while. Again, it looks like Victor may try and go for the push here. He could get shot in the back from Squeaky. No, he's going to get the kill on MSL again. Bubble with a trade frag on Hunden. And Freeze manages to keep control of the Heaven area. 3 versus 2 now. Bomb is on the floor as well. 7 seconds remaining. Things not looking good here for GPlay. They need to find 2 frags and find them fast. There is not enough time, not even near enough time to plant the bomb there.
I love
Starts
this.
to plant with 1 second on the clock. Needs 3.5.
They are basically... Well, they did basically the same thing as the previous round. It's really, really smart, actually. Again, they forced the rotation. I don't know if they worked out how Copenhagen Wolves would like to play, but Copenhagen Wolves, they put a lot of emphasis on just giving up ramp instead of trying to frag there and then pushing their position down to lower site with a few players. So by doing that, giving up ramp, you can get that guy that can flank into ladder into the Hell Heaven area. And the fast upper here afterward makes it so that the distractions come in and it's really easy to get good engagements as a T. So smart stuff from GPlay. Maybe they can go to that in the future because they're actually really keeping the money low of the CTs. This is really, really scary right now if you're Copenhagen Wolves, because if they lose this, then GPlay should get another free one and get to 4 rounds.
Right, so there's a good presence from the T's outside. 1 on the silo and 2 for support near T-Red and the boxes. As you can see, there's Victor just keeping an eye on the CT-Red, waiting for the CTs to peak. The CTs, of course, know that they're being waited on to peak, so they will try and deny vision for as long as possible, be it with no peeking or with smokes. That said, there are no smokes left on the CT side. 4 flashbangs and a Molotov is all they have to try and slow down this impending push here from these dirty terrorists. Let's have a look at where this push is going to go. Looks like it's going to be ramp, and as you said, they're just going to completely give up ramp. You can't plant the bomb on ramp, got to plant it on B or A. So, going to move the engagement to a completely different area, and once again, GPlay have to play the waiting game, try to breach the site.
And look at this.
Shooting the vents open.
Look at the rotation here from Copenhagen Wolves. They're actually holding it down though, as the push is going to be coming in on top, but they do have a flanking player, but unfortunately for Dreamer, who is the lurker here, all his teammates died too quickly, able to pick up a quick kill, but now his position is given away. Dreamer with a lot to do, and not any time to do it, is going to go and save the weapon. But again, mixing it up this time, and Copenhagen Wolves going to pick up another round. But yeah, the mix-up really nice, because of course, so a big concept about this map for the CTs, and maps that are like this, is that the rotation times are so fast for the CTs, is that if you have the best information, and you should always be able to rotate far ahead of the Ts, and you should always be able to have really good engagements. And I remember there've been quite a few top players that said to me, like, if you're playing a really good nuke team, it feels like you're always against 5 players because they can rotate so fast. But if you over-rotate, and that's what GPlay have so far been capitalizing on, but not to be in that round, as it was indeed a solid defense.
Oh, it looks like the eco presence has been detected outside. Hunden going to completely abandon the A bomb site, go over to the CT area to try and give some support over to T's crossing towards Secret. They have got one play down, and Hunden is in a lot of trouble now. And again, he was the one who jumped down outside to try and mount the defense there. Has gone back up into Heaven, into a safer haven, no pun intended. 1-man advantage here for the CTs, but for how long with Hunden on 2 HP? AK is in the hands of NKL for GPlay. You can see the CTs just trying to figure out what is going on. MSL may have no idea that Victor is loitering below him. And if he peeks in the wrong place at the wrong time, he may pay for it with his life.
So this is quite scary actually for Copenhagen Wolves, because they don't exactly know where all the players are. And even though they don't have any armor, it's still very worrying. You can see them holding some nice tight angles in the close ranges, which really prevents the T's to actually get to any positions right now. They're looking for some picks, but
Bubble has got control of long, which is, I have to just interject and quickly say, he's got control of long, which is something they've been missing in a lot of B pushes in previous rounds. However, they are only going to have one opportunity to plant this bomb, because if the door opens and a frag comes in, that's going to be the round here. Only Victor remaining versus 3 now. He has no hope in hell. He could plant it for the flames. That is genius. He's going to get at least the money for his team. That is awesome. Hunden, only 2 HP, manages to find the frag. Actually, it will be MSL with an assist from Hunden. but that will do the job. So that was really good play on the fly there. He threw the Molotov into the vent so they couldn't peek, probably without dying on that particular side. Had to try and make an escape, and he planted it for that vent, so the silo was blocking him from the other vent. So excellent play there with just a bit of life left versus 3 to get an important plant that will allow his team to buy in round 10.
So Copenhagen Wolves are holding on really well. They're kind of stabilizing now. Well, at least beginning, so you can see how close so many rounds have been. But back again with a full buy here for GPlay as they try to see what they can get done, and it's going to be a slow start to the round as they have to wait out all these nades, these pre-nades from Copenhagen Wolves to just cut off the pushes in the various areas. I see them going up secret here to take a peek outside, and this is going to give a little bit of info there. But it looks like a call was already made by a teammate, and he's already going to start rotating back. So here we go. We might see the execute. Once again, GPlay have done fakes off of this, but they can also just hit the quick upper push. And here it goes. Straight on in, but MSL from the top takes 2 quick frags on top of them with the M4. There's another one. MSL is unchallenged up there, and Free's going to pick up one outside. This is too easy right now for the Danes. NKL, the last man standing, and he's done great work previously. However, this is an unwinnable position, and another round to be picked up for Copenhagen Wolves. GPlay now starting to struggle. Perhaps need to go back to some of the older strats that were working a little bit better earlier on at the beginning of the match. I would like to see them try the ramp stuff again. You know what's interesting actually from GPlay? If there's anything I can criticize about this team, is that they don't have a particularly prominent AWPer actually. It's the only thing I would be able to criticize because we didn't really see it on Mirage that much.
See 3 of the players here on the GPlay side are without helmets, which is something you don't often see on the T side, especially with the data on the M4s of the CT side. So you can see they have definitely gone for a massive force buy here. It's a big gamble. They cannot afford for any of their players to get shot in the head from any range with any gun on the CT side because they will be dead. So StarLadder has fallen. Victor 4 HP. Victor just likes to run around with almost no life pretty much every round on the T side. But he still manages to get kills on MSL on each occasion. And
this is incredibly horrible right now for GPlay. They have no grenades, so they can only go for trades. That's all they can go for right now. The spray going to come in from Massilian does get eliminated immediately after 1. And MSL once again in this position above the hut, able to just lock it down. There's no answer for MSL in previous rounds or this one. But at least NKL now has a 1-on-2. This is a doable situation for him. He does have the element of surprise and some time to work with. And if he does a slow approach up here, he might be able to get away with it. Just barely, but no, MSL picks up the kill straight away. And NKL is not going to be the salvation of GPlay in that round, as we see 9-2. They need to pick up at least one more, at least.
Yeah, quite a reasonable start to this first half here from the heavily favoured CT side. And in a best of 3, you have to wonder who picked each map and why they went for knives in the first 2 rounds. And maybe, like if, you know, one team picks Mirage, the other team picks CT, then the opposing team should choose which side they start on.
So normally you would see the boost towards the box so that the guy can actually see into garage, but there's an AWPer there who often is able to take the shot or is ready to take the shot. But first they clear out the angle for any CT approaching with that boost if they're trying to rush into T-Red. So that's actually really smart. I don't think I've actually seen that before.
No.
So that's really smart. I love that from GPlay. Now they're down into secret off the back of the wall of smokes. They got their Lurker and Squeaky to catch any CTs on the rotation. But that is going to... He needs these 4 players to make something happen. They've got to get some kills here. There's 2 players in long already for Copenhagen Wolves. How are they going to break this? It's going to be really difficult right now. X being spotted. They don't know where Cillian is yet, or have they seen him? Looks like he is known. Taken down both players immediately. Great entry there from GPlay. And things here are going to get significantly worse for Copenhagen Wolves. In goes the Flames. MSL able to tell. He actually goes down to the Flames in the end. And the bomb will go down. Really excellent push coming in here. And it's all to be done by Freeze now against 3 players. With that sniper rifle in his hand, he's going to get eliminated. And GPlay indeed will pick up their 3rd round.
Okay, 9-3 and 3 rounds remaining. This is round 13 of 15 in the first half. As Dan said, GPlay finally find their 3rd round on the board. Got 1/4 of the round so far. Again, this is a horrible map to start on the T side, especially when you're 1 game down in a best of 3, pretty much worst case scenario. So We'll see if Freeze can find anybody outside. I think we may have a silo boost coming up, so he's going to need to rotate his position or his crosshair sooner rather than later. Now, we may see that standard A play that we've seen from GPlay before. They're set up for it. You can see Dreamer in position here to throw the nade. I'm curious as to who throws the flash. I think Victor's holding the flash, actually.
So in previous rounds, MSL's been the guy that stopped this. So he's going to have to come out huge again. He's usually right above Hut, but they're going to go straight down once again. MSL quickly on the follow-up here. Going to jump on the head. Oh, doesn't actually take MSL down. He's going to survive. And look at this. He could even go for the knife if he wanted to. Very easy cleanup, it would seem. Copenhagen Wolves, they reacted insanely fast to that. They really did. Super fast. That was a really good call there from the players on the upper side to allow the ramp guys to drop down straight away. And 10-3 now the score. GPlay, they have those 3 rounds, but yeah, it's nuke.
Yeah, this is not looking fantastic. But again, if they win the pistol, they could entirely bring this to a third map.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long, arduous road with many opportunities for mistakes to be made. But we'll have to see what happens in the end. So Freeze holding an angle there. Nade's coming in. T's on silo as well. They are pushing towards Secret as well. See if that nade's going to be well timed. Look at the damage. Victor, Bubble, Dreamer, all taking heavy damage from the aggression outside. They're just going to walk through the smoke to try to confuse the CTs as to their position. Now, there is a CT in vents, and the creep will continue as they try to clear and take control of the long area. Again, very important area when trying to plant the bomb on B. Asilion with an angle just to the left of long. So if they tried to emerge through the window, they may be in a bit of trouble. Door's going to open, and that Molotov again, we saw it last time. MSL ready for it this time. It's going to run through the fire, take out the player in long, and just hold the vents as Dreamer comes in. Going to face the wrong way, and that is a very solid cleanup indeed for Copenhagen Wolves. Nobody falling. Asilion taking minimal damage there, but other than that, not much going on that eco for GPlay. Last round of the first half. GPlay need to win this round.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting because once they knew that there was nobody in ramp, they knew that everyone had to be outside. They just knew that. So they had insane crossfire. There's almost no way to actually defend against that as a tease there. They would at least need some proper rifles, but let's see if they can put it out. They've got a Zeus on Bubble. Bubble's actually bought a Zeus. He's got the taser. But let's see if he gets to use it. Here's SMF though on top of the box, going for the spray down. There again, the quick drop down and the smoke. They have to run through the smokes now into the hands of SMF's AK, and that is not going to bode well as the bomber falls to the ground. In comes the Tech 9. Victor able to pick up 1, but wow, that was a nice little leap there. But still, it's 2-on-3 at the moment. Victor does have full armor and an AK, so might just be able to do some damage here as this smoke is to go away, but the 2 players down below is going to make life particularly difficult. But if this round is to be won, it's going to be won by this man here, although NKL does pick up an AWP.
Flank is coming in through radio though. Oh, maybe it isn't. Going to be checking the A site once again. The double peek from CPH Wolves, that was beautiful. That was like ballet with guns. Okay, so only NKL remains here. Versus 3 with the AWP without the bomb. 30 seconds on the clock. Gonna get taken out. 12-3 in favour of Copenhagen Wolves. They cannot complain about that half on the CT side.
Absolutely, but GPlay going to feel gutted because they had many opportunities early in the match to, well, they got a quick 2 rounds, I think, on the board, and they were really close to pulling out another couple. Really, really close. So it's definitely going to feel kind of horrible that they lost some of those rounds, but I think from it as well, they should draw some confidence because they had some good strategies going there, and they were finding out some weaknesses, but you can see later on that the rotations were super good from Copenhagen Wolves. Either way, GPlay now will start zeroing this pistol. If they do not win the pistol, then things are going to be insanely difficult if they aren't already. And so we can see if they can hold on to this now. So far, they've not spotted all that much. You can see that a lot of players are towards the lobby area at the moment. And Freeze is actually making his way outside. Actually, where's Freeze? Actually into the vents already. So this is a really nice position there from Freeze. Goes the push there onto ramp now as Copenhagen Wolves go with the Glock train, try to see what they can get done. Nice frag there from Hunden. Going to put GPlay down to just one player now. Just Dreamer left alive. And there is really not that much hope for him now, as this Glock train is too strong. Able to take one frag, but the bomb is down. He does have the kit, though. But I think that is small consolation at the moment. Going to get dropped. There's a pile of bodies there in the vents. So it's stacked up there. And 13-3. Copenhagen Wolves looking to close this best of 3 out for StarLadder 12 in the groups very quickly.
This is still doable, though, for GPlay. They need to force it up, and indeed they have gone for CZ Bonanza with a 5-7 as well, and lots of helmets, Kevlar all over the place. This is entirely doable. There are lots of enclosed spaces here for them to indeed take this round, but that's not a good start. We've got significant presence outside as well from CPH Wolves. The flank coming in already from the A site onto the CTs. That is a complete disaster. They've got no map control apart from the ramp, and that's CPH Wolves not going to really care about that. Bomb's going to go down onto the A site. Now GPlay are in real trouble.
Absolutely, it was a good idea, but that said, it's a 3-on-3 now, and there is armor on these players, so SMF goes down as well. Cillian is the only guy with a good gun and armor left for Copenhagen Wolves, but the bomb is ticking away now. Being able to pick up a frag with the spy leader, but in comes Dreamer with the AK, so dangerous. Cillian already with 2, needs one more here to save the round. And the frag comes in, but he's got no time, no defuse kit, and Dreamer is going to have to run away. Will he even keep his gun? No, not quite. Going to do the seal there into the fence. And
that was like a beached whale in midair.
Exactly. 14-3. Copenhagen Wolves looking good. Of course, that was quite some damage done there by GPlay. So it is going to force the rebuy for every player of Copenhagen Wolves, which obviously will allow GPlay, should they win this one, to start to get hopefully a free one on the eco. But
they've got a kit this time. NKL has the all-important kit. Let's see if it will come into play in this round, or if they will get wiped out, or
lobby push again.
If they will wipe out the opposing force. And again, they're using those guns outside with the range of them, but the wall is going to give 1v1s or 1vx for the CT players, and this is absolutely going their way. This is a rout under the only one standing, and that... Wow, talk about jumbo cell. They straight up just robbed the whole place.
Yeah, that was really nice because they pushed lobby, so they got the information immediately. They're going outside.
Dan. They have 5 AKs following an anti-eco round.
Yep. I mean, the thing is that, okay, that's great. I mean, that's a huge swing on value and money. Their economy's like looking completely different now. However, it only takes 2 rounds at this point, and Copenhagen Wolves are going to start having that round loss bonus coming in to full effect very soon. So
the most interesting thing for me is that Copenhagen Wolves are probably one of the most technically equipped teams to get these final rounds, strategy-wise. But it may not be this round, as it is a shooting gallery right now. It's like a... I was going to compare it to an execution or something, but I think that might be a little bit too far, Dan.
You taking things too far?
Everyone survives on the CT side.
Surely not.
I was going to make a reference to North Korea, but I thought no.
North Korea, alright.
Better not. Better not.
I want the studio to stay in one piece and not be
we had Korean food yesterday.
Flames.
We had raw beef yesterday. That was nice.
True. Actually, yeah, Korean food is amazing.
And today we had some lobster.
Alright, so 14-5 the score. GPlay trying to work their way back into the match. It is pistols now here for Copenhagen Wolves, so, and not even very good pistols. So this should be a pretty easy round for them. However, again, you know, we haven't really gotten to see what Copenhagen Wolves can pull out of the bag on the T side just yet.
Well, looks like they can pull out event dive.
They're going to go for that drop quickly and bomb. Oh my god! Yeah, wow, it gets the bomb down. That should not have happened, but it did. And that's extra $800 to every player.
The player on the ramp was going for the player who wasn't planting the bomb.
Exactly, I'm surprised about that.
The important thing is, though, that they're building lots of money on the CT side. And the good thing about that is that if they continue to win rounds but lose lots of players, the fact that they have had nobody die in the last 3 rounds means that they will be in a better financial position for longer. So it may have been worth that to take out the player with the gun first, to have a lesser chance of losing everything else he's carrying versus them getting the bomb plant bonus.
Either way, quick outside push here coming in from Copenhagen Wolves. Already Victor able to pick up 3 frags over by T-Red. That's huge there for GPlay. Azilian able to work one back onto StarLadder. However, GPlay looking very solid in this round. But once again, the bomb plant in the previous round has left them with a little bit of cash. And of course, they're climbing up to that full 3,400 bonus from the consecutive round loss bonus. And that's going to enable them to go for buys like this. You're going to see some Galils, you're going to see some nades, armor. It's going to look pretty okay, and they're going to be able to just constantly barrel away at GPlay until they got either no money left, they win the war of attrition, or they just win the rounds outright. So scary times now for GPlay as we enter this phase of the match, and Copenhagen Wolves start to really show their hands about what they can do here strategically. Quite standard so far, however. Hunden going down. Do you think we're going to see an AWP here from GPlay?
I just wanted to point out that they lost 2 plays in that previous round, and it both cost them just shy of $6,000 to rebuy. So you can see the importance of staying alive on the CT side. You can see the rest of the players on that side are floating around 10, 11,000, whereas the other 2 who died in the previous round, 5 and 6,000 respectively. So that shows the importance of surviving with as many people as possible, especially with a 7-round deficit. In the meantime, it's Copenhagen Wolves' turn to have a trot behind that smoke. Curious as to, they're playing quite close to main, but it seems they're going to in fact go down secret after all. We have movements here from the CT players, and that's going to be a lot of information, but no frags whatsoever for Bubble. MSL though 2 HP, so he's not going to be around for much longer. Or at least should not be. Victor looking the right way at the right time, shooting a teammate as well. Trade frags coming in now, but how is this bomb going to go down? Freeze, 12 HP versus 2. If he just shoots the right person in the face at the right time, he could still do this, but it is not going to be. However, we have to note how expensive that round is going to be for GPlay. And again, this is something we have to pay attention to. The people with Dreamer and NKL really should be dropping for their teammates here. You can see StarLadder's got 3,000 now, Victor's got 3.5, whereas they've got 13.5 and what, 13 as well. So really they should be dropping rifles to their teammates to balance out the money. And
actually Copenhagen Wolves going for Tech 9s, some nades and a little bit of armor, which should be indicative of them actually going for an AWP in the following round now. They really want to get the really big buy coming in, so that could be very interesting because we're not really seeing all that much in the way of AWP play at the moment, but if Freeze could pick one up, maybe they could open up the outside. So here we go, the smokes go down again. And I think he jumped over the gap there, so Victor wouldn't spot him. However, he's going to get eliminated anyway.
Yeah, he would have heard him at the very least.
Good smoke, but there you go, onto the upper side. Dreamer able to gun him down here. They're going to try to get the bomb planted here, but the trades are coming in. Still limited damage on only 1 player taken out for GPlay, so...
See, now, like, you see this round starts with Dreamer on $16,000, and that is exactly why he should have dropped for a teammate in the previous round, because then he would have had he would have had more money in this round, and that is so important for this team. It's
basic. It's really basic, in fact, like really basic Counter-Strike, that kind of stuff.
Like so. StarLadder's now got 1150, and NKL's got $15,000. Like that is not good money management on the CT side.
Either way, we're going to see Victor going for a push. Not something they've mixed in just yet. So it might just be able to catch Copenhagen Wolves off guard here to win them some extra rounds in the later stages of this match. We're around 24 now. And Copenhagen Wolves still feel confident, I should think. Such an edge on the rounds. 5 ahead. And look at that. We do have Victor in very good position. Only picks up 1 though. Smokes are down, but that's going to be him spotting quite a few players with the death cam. So in comes the rotation now for GPlay.
Would that be a main push? I think it is.
Bubble going to be able to come up through the vents from behind as Copenhagen will storm the site here. There he is. Picks up 1, drops back down. Bomb is down at the moment. And there you go. Picked up by Hunden. And NKL's going to hear the plant sound. Very cautious that maybe it's a fake. Needs to wait for Bubble here. Bubble coming from back. And look at that. Freeze heard the stepping. Bubble thinks he's fine. Oh my goodness, Bubble even was checking that spot. But Freeze takes the frag and...
Oh, the timing.
Oh my goodness, so close. But that plant is bad. He can just go for the hold. He knows he's there. He knows he's good for this. Oh, what?
Oh, he got it!
He just got
Oh,
it.
wow, he just got it by the skin of his teeth, by the seat of his pants, by the X of his Y, Dan. He got it, and he keeps GPlay in the game. Now, look at the crappy money on StarLadder. Still, finally, he gets a drop from a teammate. And Victor's still buying down to $1,300. That's.
You're mad.
It's not making me happy.
You're mad. James
it's not
is
making
mad.
me happy.
James is mad.
Spread the wealth.
All right, so very, very, very close there for GPlay. They're going to feel so relieved. We're going to have Copenhagen Wolves once again going for a bit of a standard opener. They got the bomb in the lobby. Wall of smokes outside again, which of course really eliminates a lot of angles if they were to have an AWP, but just generally. And they don't know who's behind the smoke, and they're going to go for the quick main play again, splitting into upper. All the frags coming in right now. 3-on-3. Freeze catching the rotating player, Victor. There's now Bubble rests in the vents, trying to see if he can get an opportunity. He needs somebody to distract for him right now. Going to go out for the opportunity. Picks up the kill onto Freeze. There's more players. Gets the spray on the second one. Hunden goes down as NKL comes up from up top. GPlay pick up another. 14-11 as we have another insanely tight round there. It was a good execute from CPH Wolves, but wow.
The end of that round was glorious. It was
good.
absolutely glorious. Great team play there. But again, credit to Copenhagen Wolves. I think the last player was MSO, and he knew that trade frag attempt was coming in as well, and was looking for it. So, you know, credit to both teams. Well done for GPlay for getting that round, and again, getting that eco round has made all the difference here, as it is 8-2 in this second half.
I really like these upper splits, you know, using main. You actually don't see it super commonly either, so I do enjoy those. They did leave the gap on the smoke to do exactly the same thing. They probably thought, you know what, guys, we should have won that round. Why not go for it again? That is possibly what's in their minds here. They're going to try to eliminate the player outside. Victor is going to get one, but the trade comes in. That's very good here for the Danes. Seeing looks for the last play. Ooh,
Leader needs to be careful there. He's given the T's an advantage now. 2 sites, 3 CTs, 4 Ts. This is not a good situation, and you can see how close each round is coming here. It's going down to the Y, down to the final players. And they are starting to head down towards the B site. Bubble is in position. He is the man with the plan who can. But will he?
So he's about to get assaulted here. Bubble is the key in this round now for his team. Bubble gets something fast. He won't. He gets nothing. Spots all the players. And there you go. MSL, the lurking guy in lobby, picks up the rotation on NKL. Dreamer now against 4 players. You wouldn't want to bet your money on this man right now in this situation. And I don't think he likes his chances either. Likely going for just some exits here, but look at that freeze on the ladder, trying to get the kills done. But it's not going to happen. Dreamer picks up a quick second. Getting lower and lower each time, though. And the last 2 players are not going to mess around here. Cillian and MSL. And you can see how MSL is just like lurking behind very well, actually. Dreamer actually... There you go. Finished off. And around to Copenhagen Wolves. It's the first time we've seen that in quite a while. And 15-11. Match point for them. If they win this, the best of 3 will go to them, of course. If you miss map 1, it did go to overtime on Mirage. GPlay having a phenomenal T side. I think they went 9-6, in fact, on Mirage on their T side. So great play from them. However, clinched in the end by Copenhagen Wolves. And now into this moment where once again the Danes look to be close to clinching the match. Again, the wall of smokes outside here for Copenhagen Wolves.
We do have the full buy for GPlay, save for a defuse kit on Dreamer. Other than that, they're pretty good to go here. The push is coming into A, the bomb is down, and the cleanup is real. The street sweepers are out, and the Ts are just getting swept to the side. 4 versus 1. Cillian 2 HP. Can he do any more damage? He will. But only 3 round deficit. I say only. They can't afford to win a single. They can't afford to lose. Sorry, a single round. They have, however, put the Ts on the eco.
The crazy thing is the positions that GPlay took there. They both were going onto the hut straight away at the start of the round. That's like quite uncommon, I think. At least I didn't see that very often. There's nobody up on Heaven, for example, or nobody up on the rafters. So very unpredictable positions there to deal with for Copenhagen Wolves. And that's put them to an eco now. So GPlay closer and closer to finding themselves at least another overtime on Nuke here in StarLadder 12. So once again, execute into the upper site, but only pistols this time. Not looking to get...
Oh, they're trying to run through the smoke and missing it. The bomb is down. Hunden has a frag and an M4. Cillian will join him in the grave soon, as he is the last one standing. And again, that's another solid round for GPlay as we come into the end game here. 2 rounds remaining.
What a climb by them.
The money is still ropey here on the CT side. So if they win this round, they don't want to do it with too many casualties.
And these guys have been like out in the cold, the frigid winter, climbing Mount Everest. But soon, James, they're almost at the peak. They're running out of oxygen, but they're almost there. And right now, it's just 2 more rounds to tie this up. And it's M4s against AKs. It's impossible to predict how this is going to go right now.
Again, more action outside here from CPH Wolves. This time, they're not smoking it off. I'm very curious as to what the plan is. They seem to have maybe an idea of where Victor may be playing, but will they find a frag? That is the question. Oh, they're just going to try and go for a cheeky stroll, an evening stroll straight into main, but the CTs have other ideas.
They have really good positions
That is a solid advantage here, but 1 or 2 quick frags and everything can change in a blink of an eye. And those are 2 quick frags right there. NKL getting 1 back. Hunden is so close to falling, trying to reload his gun. He gets a reload in a time, but there's a bomb down, gets shot in the face. A Cillian versus 3. He has a minute on the clock, or just shy of, so he could still do some damage here. B-plant might be a bit difficult. Needs to find the angle on the CT. No! He's going to walk out reloading. Silver plays.
What? Why would you walk out into an angle reloading? I don't understand. I guess he thought that like that was completely clear on
you can't.
Yeah, I mean that's
the bomb just fell there. Of course, someone's going to be red.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know, man. It's weird. Either way, I mean, it gives sound as well when you reload.
There's a lot. And now look at this. Look at that. Lack of. Speaking of jumble sale buys.
Oh my god, are we going to get another overtime? This is crazy, but can't call it just yet. CZ's Tech 9's Galil.
It's like they ordered an international shipping of weaponry and they got scammed. They got scammed for all their skins, all their rifles. All they were left with is some pea shooters, some armor-piercing pea shooters.
All right. Okay, so they're going to go down to the secret area. But however, there is Bubble.
I have a secret, Dan.
And Victor is also able to flank. They've got to be careful of Victor, who's in garage. He can come around the top. And Bubble spraying down only 1. That's a free M4 now.
Tech 9s, they were in range.
Press MF. And Victor, he can flank. He's a little bit slow here on the flank, but it's still going to be good. Nice incendiary. It's going to help Spidey to lock down the vent area. They do not have long, but this position from Spidey, that could be the difference.
This is looking great for them, but... Well, I was going to say those Tech 9s are still in range to do great damage, but... There's only 1 left.
Again.
We are into overtime on Nuke. GPlay not out of this yet. And again, no matter how bad your T side is on Nuke, never give up. Because if you can get past the first 3 rounds on the CT side, you could entirely bring things back. 12-3 for both CT sides here, as you can see in the middle of your scoreboard. Mirror image.
Never give up. And
but
never
again,
surrender.
That is massive pressure on the Bulgarian side, but they were equal to it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, if we look at the last, the Mirage and this match, they've been put through a lot of tests by Copenhagen Wolves, and they just were able to stand one of the biggest tests, which is having your back against the wall consistently. And yeah, so big props to them to actually tie it up
in the face of adversity.
Copenhagen Wolves have been playing really well also. It did seem like they were struggling to find any answers on T. Actually, I would posit that GPlay had a better T side because they had some much closer rounds. And Copenhagen Wolves...
What's interesting
is
in normal time, GPlay started on the T side. But in overtime, they will continue with these 2 sides, which means GPlay will have the significant advantage. And,
that's actually really
and having such a massive run of rounds behind them on the CT side, they can just instantly continue that into overtime. It's only MR3, guys. Only MR3 with 16k, which means that it's basically impossible to make the CTs eco here unless they lose 2 rounds in a row, and then the game may be over anyway, right? So the question is here: if they they could entirely go 3-0 here on the CT side, and then take this to a 3rd map.
If you're Copenhagen Wolves as well, you can't even run into the T side fresh. You're kind of already, because the whole point is that they've tried so many rounds to win one, and they're kind of probably scratching their heads like, guys, what works right now? Because they've tried a few things over and over again. For example, the main split onto upper didn't work out very well for them. They've tried a lot of outside plays in secret.
All they know is failure right now.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know what works. That's the problem. They probably tried every one of their big the comfortable big strats. So now they have to just figure out which one of those to pick. Freeze or instantly takes an AWP. We haven't seen much AWPing from Freeze on the T side. This might be the difference. But the problem is that GPlay, they play quite conservatively on the angles outside. So unless they expect this, well, maybe they could get caught by it. We'll have to see. I'm expecting Freeze to be the difference for them.
If GPlay take this game, we will spin the wheel again, people. So cross your fingers, toes, and whatever else you can cross for the Bulgarian team. Cross your bow ties. Trade frags coming in now. SMF taking out the first player. Freeze not getting the frag, not a re-peek from that CT. He's going to get out of there from the catwalk area. SMF has made his presence known on the main roof. Things will slow down as the T's just consider their current map control. Again, very passive at the moment as they start to emerge over towards the secret area. You can see they've just been. You can see why they've been holding as well. Freeze just trying to use that, waiting for a peek for an overextension here from GPlay. Hunden trying to pre-fire all these angles, but he's also telling the CTs where at least one of these Ts are, telling them what they have control of, what they do not have control of. So, 44 seconds left on the clock. Hunden making sure nobody's flanking him. This may mean it's a two-pronged assault into the A site here. 35 seconds left on the clock. Let's have a look at where the bomb is and the remaining plays. Looks like it's going to be a ramp, in fact. So Hunden going to start to move towards the B area. You can see Bubble is in control of the vents. That's going to be a really key area for the Ts. And in previous rounds, actually, the CTs, GPlay, were holding vents from the other side. Now he switched it up. So both teams trying to bring a bit of surprise here. Let's see how the T's push here with Freeze on the AWP. This may make it harder for the CTs to peek. And there, in fact, is the tag through the vent there, leaving Bubble on all of 3 HP. SMF firmly in control of the ramp here. This retake looks very, very hard indeed for the GPlay team. 4 versus 2 now, as only NKL and Spire Leader remain. Going to get caught on the reload there, leaving only NKL versus the rest. And that is a very important round. That's a very important round for Copenhagen Wolves.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I am quite curious if they will just do exactly the same thing now, because you got to also remember that the start of that round they lost the guy really early on, so we're going to see Freeze pick up the AWP again, and of course money is not a concern. You can see that GPlay don't really have a player that they want to put on the AWP. Of course, all the smokes outside to block that off, it does make a lot of sense. Some teams though, they have AWPers that are so good that you just want to open their hands, even if it's bad spots, but GPlay is not that team.
Victor's changed up his position now. You saw previously he was on the left side of Garage. Now he's playing near main, which also gives him the option to easily rotate into A should he need to mount an additional defense there. Freeze is just hanging around outside, looking for some homies to hang with, or some homies to hang. But nothing just yet. Both teams know the importance of these rounds.
Alright, well, once again, Copenhagen Wolves taking a similar approach to the last round where, after they lost a man early on, they decided to just chill back a little bit, let the time run down, let some nades come out from the CTs, and then go for a delayed play. However, this time they're going to re-smoke outside, and that's going to force Victor back. MSL can't get anything on ramp just yet, so they're very afraid of upper right now. MSL there on hut, has to take this down by himself, gets only one. In comes Bubble from the back, picks up the bomber, quick second headshot to take down another player, and now it's just a 1-on-3 for Copenhagen Wolves' Freeze. And he's got an AWP in his hands and no time left on the clock. Surely a situation that he's going to struggle to deal with. And there you go, does get taken down. 16-16. GPlay pick up a round. But this is nuke. This is overtime. Copenhagen Wolves already got 1 T round, so that might be enough for them.
Yeah, this is also going to be a massive round, especially for GPlay. This gives them a bit of breathing room. But if they don't take this round, the air's going to start to thin as they move to the T side. Freeze looking for more shenanigans outside. They know that, they expect that maybe there's another AWP. But look at this, we've got a 3-man presence onto the ramp area. Freeze still outside, going to fall down to Victor, in fact. So, 4 versus 4. T's in control of the ramp area. SMF just moving in over there. They're all going to push together. Have they got control of long? There's a smoke there. So that's going to help the CTs go for a retake here if the bomb does indeed go down. Both vents have been opened up by CPH Wolves. As we have the counter nades coming in from the CTs now.
Good work here from Copenhagen Wolves. Those smokes really helping them to get the bomb down. Now they can fall back into post-plant positions. Get a bit of shots there. MSL gets one player really low. 2 HP as they work from long to build a retake. Okay, we just see a T run in. We just did. That was very bold, but 3-on-2 now. Copenhagen Wolves locking this down at the moment. SMF to pick up one more, and Victor left in the impossible situation against 3 players gets eliminated. And that is 2 rounds there on the T side of our first overtime here on Nuke in the second map of best of 3 between Copenhagen Wolves and GPlay here. It's Copenhagen Wolves match point, so it will go to Inferno if GPlay can somehow claw their way back from this, but they need to find 2 T rounds, and from where, I would be very, very curious to know.
Yes, now their backs are against the wall like never before. Again, both teams are going to be on full buy rounds for every round, so there's no edge for GPlay here. Just a round deficit, and they're going to have to come out with superior tactics on the T side, just as Copenhagen Wolves did. They had superior tactics combined with the element of surprise there. Again, the AWP play, that fast push on ramp, they just overwhelmed GPlay. They had smokes in the right places, and that's what I'm talking about with these 2 teams. They are very tactically strong here, especially on a map like Nuke where you need these, especially to try and plant on the B-bomb side. Again, you can see the importance of long, also known as control, on the B-bomb site, and they smoked it off perfectly and really nullified any semblance of a CT retake. So let's have a look. Freeze has not bought yet. Is he going to go for the AWP?
Well, the thing is that they know that GPlay smoke outside very often, but like I said, if you've got a guy that's really elite with an AWP, you will want to put him with the AWP anyway. And especially as he can drop down from, if he plays or rotates through to ramp or vents, he's going to get some good angles.
He's smoking them off.
This is nice. And look at this.
Question
he wants to bait them into a jump there to spot.
Question is,
they won't do it just yet.
How GPlay react to this aggressiveness from CPH Wolves? How do they react?
Hunden there gets the information over the smoke, so he knows they're not going outside. So this is going to allow his teammates to actually hold positions for ramp and for upper, instead of being worried about a secret push, which is very important there from Hunden, countering the smoke play outside. And here it is. Still smoked off on ramp. You can see they want to push through. So it might be expecting this. What an entry, though, from Victor. So fast. And if they can keep the pace going, they might just be able to take this lower side and get the bomb down incredibly quickly. But quick smoke there onto window as they are pressuring. But we've seen this before from them. Sometimes they try to, like, fake it in, but Bubble gets an entry as well. And all of a sudden, the Danes are in a hell of a situation. Very troublesome here. More frags coming in. Bubble picks up Hunden. Asilian on a good angle. Finds the first player, but he's got 2 more coming in on top of him. He will shut the door. And look at this GPlay now in a really awkward spot. Good flash there for a teammate. Picks up the trade. Freeze now against 2, though. Bubble and Dreamer. Bubble looking for the plant, as is the cover coming from Dreamer. And that's going to be it. Good cover there. Freeze is going to go down, and GPlay pick up a T round. James, this is going to happen. Are we going to get 2-1 on both T sides? I bet it is.
They need another round, though. 1 is not enough in the second half. They have to take at least 1 more round. Then they will at least, at the very least, have an opportunity to go for a perfect CT side in the second overtime. Otherwise, they need both rounds.
All right, well, GPlay once again. Looking for a slow, steady start. This, I think, from these positions, we have seen some upper plays from them before.
We have also seen some fakes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes they throw loads of nades in and fake it down through ramp. So is that what's going to happen here? They're just going to be going for the fake here. No, this time it's for real. Are they going to go down? Yeah, looks like they're going to drop down straight away. Freeze gets one through the smoke. Great shot there. Knows the angles of the guys running through the door. And that is going to be huge right now. That's a 3-on-5. The bomb does go down. And they got a player, Bubble, in secret. And the instant defuse. This is going to pressure Bubble to come out there. And, oh, thank you, GoTV. Thank you so much.
Great.
All right, so now we know that Copenhagen Wolves are in a position to win this right now. They just have to pick up 1 more CT. And that's it. GPlay have to tie it up right here to go to another overtime, or they are done in this best of 3. No Inferno for them. And here we go. Again, we're seeing this boost so that they can see if there's a CT rushing into that position across to either Secret or to T-Red. So that's really nice. I love that. More nades in to allow them to push outside a little bit. But there's Hunden. on the upper position, out of catwalk, and look at that freeze through the smoke. Knows his angles, smoked off or not. That is a pretty huge, that's a devastating blow to GPlay.
I think the end is nigh here for GPlay now.
It looks bad.
Secret is in control of Vasilion. He has spotted his head without taking a smidgen of damage though, and that will be important. Dreamer gets naded to 60. They need to make sure that bomb can retreat without being lost. Still stuck behind the box at the moment. And CPH Schwartz have rotated to strengthen A already.
I like this. They know that they're 5 versus 3 at the moment, so by sticking together, that's really smart.
Spidey, a bit noise on the ladder.
Oh, the CZ! So good. So good still. And now look at this, the split that was trying to come in now is cut off, and looks like that is all she wrote there for GPlay. 19-17, once again actually. Copenhagen was able to take it in an overtime. So winning Mirage, winning Nuke, 19-17 apiece. I think it was 19-17 on the first one, right? I think it was.
I believe so.
It was in the first overtime, so I guess it was. So there you go, guys. Excellent match. We don't have any other best threes tonight, do we? So that's a shame. But were you going to spin a wheel again? Were you going to go? Were you going to do more?
If it went to game 3, I was.
Oh, okay, right.
So
game
have
3.
to wait until next time, guys. I'm sorry.
Right.
Just a Bison today.
All right, I guess it's time to close out the show then. So guys, thank you very much for watching here on Faceit TV. More Faceit League action and more StarLadder action to be expected on the channel. So press the follow button, and if you are a fan of Counter-Strike, you'll be happily surprised. Well, not surprised, I guess. You'll be happily receiving much more casting here for Counter-Strike action in the future. But that's all from me and James for now. So good night. We'll see you next time.